Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I just want to go through a little bit of my own background as far as the journey that I went through, combined with the journey that I definitely have seen and see in many other traders. You'll probably find this incredibly useful as you can look at where you are within your own journey and see how it links to my own experience and some of the challenges that I've faced you'll no doubt be facing. Having seen and trained many traders, these patterns and experiences are something I see quite often. Now, firstly, when I was learning to trade, the two main things I was very aware of, other than the mindset, was being able to develop a strategy and be able to understand price analysis. Now, what I often found is I could run strategy and I could look at price analysis, but I couldn't combine the two together. So what I found is that often I would find myself in a position where I was coming across three main challenges, and it's amazing the number three, how strong a number that can be, also in trading, ironically. But the challenges were these. When I would run just a strategy, so without solid price analysis, I wouldn't understand why trades would win and lose. So although I could have winners and losers, have winning runs and losing runs, I didn't actually understand why would that win and why would that lose, and it gave me a feeling where I felt blind. I felt blind to what the market was doing and why it was doing what it was doing. The other challenge I had is I had no way to filter my trades, so often if I just ran pure strategy, I would find a bit like buses, lots of setups could come around at the same time. So what I didn't have was a way to filter them down and look and take only the highest probability ones and organise myself in a way that meant that I was taking the best trades and staying out of some trades that were weaker. And again, this comes back to the bit about feeling blind. So you take all these trades, you didn't quite understand why they were winning or losing, and you didn't know which ones to take. So you either take them all or guess, which is one of the worst things we can do in trading. And the last thing, and this is something that all traders will struggle with, is my actual financial results, my percent returns were very inconsistent, and it was incredibly frustrating. So I could have winning runs, I would make a bit of money, but then I would give that back and I would go into negative territory. So one of the things that was happening is, initially I might start by losing money if this is my equity curve. Then I would find it would be very much like this, and I would never be able to get myself to the place where I could actually, a bit like a breakout of a trade, I could actually get myself into growth territory. So these were the three main things that I certainly experienced, and what these did is these kind of triggered me into action, because it made me realise that there was a gap, and that gap was between me trading my strategy and me analysing using price analysis, and what I needed to do was marry the two of them together. Now, linking that in with you guys and the patterns that I see with other traders, it really comes down to this same and similar summary. The one thing that I often see is that other traders who are learning can often run a strategy, or they understand how to run a strategy, even if they've not quite got to the stage yet where they are running a strategy, but they understand the principles around it. The other thing is they often, and you guys will probably be in this position, you understand the principle behind trends, support, resistance, candles, and some of the different other components that there are within price analysis. So you do understand these. But where the biggest problem lies is being unable to combine strategy and price to create the high probability trading that creates the consistent returns. So what often happens is when you see a strategy set up, it's incredible how it can feel quite overwhelming. You feel uncertain and you're not quite sure how to understand price on all time frames as well, and it creates a kind of foggy and a kind of a muddy feeling about the analysis and what you're seeing, where you don't have clarity. And again, this is what leads to the inconsistent results. So you end up bouncing around strategies because what you're doing you don't find works. Now, because I was able to bridge these two, that's what's led me from going continuously making money, losing money, making money, losing money, to finally getting the growth. So I'm at the stage now where my average monthly return is between 5 and 10%, and I'm averaging between 50 and 60% per annum. Last year it was just a little over 50%. The previous year to that was about 100%. So you can see where the averages are lying, but the reason I've been able to sustain and take these growths and find these averages is because I've been able to combine these two together. Now, as you'll know, we obviously have the Advanced Price Analysis Workshop, and the reason we've put this workshop on is very much to help you guys bridge that gap. Now, just as a very brief outline, and you'll see more of this in the website if you want to look at it, this just summarises what the workshop is. It's a 2 full day, and you get to learn the techniques that provide the consistent returns in your trading by being able to combine your strategy and your price analysis. It's a very small group because we want to create as close to a mentorship environment as possible, and that what that does is it means that it's a fraction of the cost of individual mentorship, but you've got the benefit of it being like a mentorship, and you'll get the benefit of having your own analysis reviewed. You can do your analysis, we can discuss it, and we can pick out the different areas that will help you improve your own trading. So what you'll be looking to learn from the workshop is what I use are the 6 key components to price analysis, combining price and strategy to create your solid financial returns and start to grow your pot, whether it's to create an income or to grow financial wealth. Understand the structure of the market, how to be ahead of the market so you're ready before each and every setup, because one of the problems that often happens is you will find setups, but you'll find them and you'll rush to do your analysis, and often a hastiness comes in where you end up taking trades you maybe shouldn't, or not taking trades you should have with by being a little bit more prepared. How to analyse any time frame and how to analyse multiple time frames combining those principles, and how to organise yourself, your analysis and your trading so you can build effective watch lists. Now for the workshop, if you go to the website www.tscmember.co.uk and select events, you'll find more information and pricing about this course. Now, just to finish this video, what I would like to do is give you an illustration of this point, which is something we cover, which is structure in the market, and how I use structure, and also how we can use combined time frames. So I'm going to show you a couple of trades that I've taken, and ones that we've certainly discussed as part of the live trading room, and ones that I've taken and have turned out profitable. Now, the first one I'll show was Aussie versus Yen. This was one of my biggest winners for 2013, but this one's a really interesting one because of the journey that I went through. Now, the first thing we've got is we can see that the structure of the market is this market's trending. But once it's trended and made this high, then it starts to fail to continue that move. And because we're in at the trend line, it's starting to tell me that the potential is this market can break down. Now, where the opportunity arose was the setup came when it broke the trend line here. That's when I got into this trade. So if you just see, you can see just a little wick below is where I actually get triggered in. Now what you'll notice is it took quite some time before it actually rolled over. So although we broke down here, it took a while before we finally rolled over and did this move down here. Now where it comes to the structure, the reason that I understand the structure of the market, and this helps me from an emotional perspective, is the structure is here where we have the resistance and we have the area we bounce, but we also don't make a new high, so we're making a lower high and we're basically consolidating. So what then happens is we do finally break down. Now subsequent to that, obviously I get triggered in here. What you can see is that I was in this trade for the best part of 3 weeks before it rolled over. So again, from an emotional point of view, I found it was easy to manage because provided it didn't break this potential lower high, it meant that the structure stood and it eventually played out. Now some work much quicker, some take longer. It's a good example though that structure keeps my emotions in check and I use it to trade, as well as playing it to the next level of structure, where if we go back you can actually see that round about the 9,000 level there's the high, look at where we get to. So I'm playing the structure of this trade. The other one, just to show you briefly to finish off, is the Dow. And what you'll notice on the Dow is in the Dow, where the structure's coming from a daily time frame, is that we've made these 3 highs, and it's slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows, but what it's telling us is we're actually creating a slight upward channel. So when we came up this time and started to come down, this is where it created an opportunity, because the previous couple of times it's telling me that potentially this market might do a move down. Now I wouldn't look to go down maybe as far as it did. I would be more likely to look for it to get to here because I don't want to be greedy. But I was able to use the lower time frame to time my entry and also take half profit and play the rest out. and I'll show you how I was able to do that. If we take the 60 minutes, so we know that we've come back up and creeped above that high there. But the other thing you'll notice is just before we actually got there, what we also created was a gap. Now, there's a saying in trading, and sayings often should come with a warning. Only back them up with solid price analysis, which is gaps that are created often fill. And you'll notice that we get a gap in that Sunday night. So where I was able to trade this is we had come up, we've got the previous levels here and here approximately. We come down, we bounce off the structure, which is this support here, and then I put an order in. I played the first lot down to here where I took half profit, and then I played the next down to the level that I previously showed you, which took a couple of days. So what I'm able to show you here again is how I can use structure both on a daily and a 60-minute. So these are the things that we obviously cover within the Advanced Price Analysis Workshop. So these are the things that we obviously show in the Advanced Price Analysis Workshop. So if you want to find out more or get more information in the pricing, if you just visit the website and, as I say, select the Events tab and you'll see them in there. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.